Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This one up to the 26. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
Run. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Drop deep.
Over.
Bang.
He'll look to throw. And he hits his man, Matthews. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Three down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop the throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Left side, caught by Matthews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Watch 84. Watch 84. He's going.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Watch the edge. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
4 down. 4 down.
Over.
Rush in. Rush in.
Over.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but those teeth were pretty sharp.
They have absolutely none of it stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Well, of course, you want to find the end zone, but, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think? Right? You go out there, get the 3 points. Now, look, it's not going to silence this crowd, but it might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Double tight. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Over.
3 down.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Leopard.
Watch safety creep.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Right there.
Hot.
54.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Leopard.
Three down.
Gun.
52's the mic, boy.
Hot.
On 3rd and 2, Church. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
No problems with me.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And the Titans getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Detroit!
We'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he got great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Hey, hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Check line 54. Line 54.
Back to throw. And he locates Walker, complete. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots down the field.
Now Lewis. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 63 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside. And he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Escaping the pressure right. And complete right side to Cook. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right?
Throwing on first down. Church. They'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st and 10, Church. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders, 36 yards. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are.
Here we go
that
now.
last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Three down. Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr. Coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Alert! Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Three down.
Off play action. Church. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Emmanuel Sanders, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look as they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are. But they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
12 yards on the return that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Kill.
On 1st down, Church. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
No. Check. Patriot.
On the play fake, Church. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right now? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Leopard! Black 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Hey, we got three,
No, check, Patriot!
49, check 49, check 49.
No, check, Patriot!
Check 24, check 24.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Detroit!
You got three down. Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Walker. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
They run. This is Lewis. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Green 39!
They're set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half.
Watch it now, Barney.
It's a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Over!
SOS. Check 9.
This is Lewis. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
Two times.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far.
Detroit!
This is
Detroit!
3rd down and 12.
All right, here we go. Blue, line it!
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Forbath will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Here we go now. Blue, line it! Blue, line it!
Throwing on 1st down. Church. Now he's flushed out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 62 yards. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Let's go.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue, 90. Blue, 90.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the left side complete. It's Walker. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll throw now on the final play. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up.
And he's into the clear. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your own fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They start the drive with Cook, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Blue 90! Fresno!
Again, it's Cook. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Gun! Here we go now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Hey, guys.
Watch him now, Barney. Gun! Over!
First down, here's the run with Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 52, Mike.
No. Check. Patriot.
They pitch it out to Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
They'll run it now. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition
All right,
setting
now,
in with this
56,
drive.
lucky
Because when you see
56.
that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs. Because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception,
Check.
a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lane's got a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throw right side, caught by Davis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Tight end right.
Gun!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more there, and another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Mike 55.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ben Gideon coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Now let's go.
I agree with you
Green,
totally.
39.
No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Joker.
They run it again with Cook. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Take motion.
A give. This is Cook. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Tight left.
Leopard.
3 down.
And he slides to avoid the hit. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
On 1st and 10, Church. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3 down.
Over. Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. To throw. Church. Now they go screen. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Detroit!
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Lewis. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
You're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He finds Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. They're going to look to throw. Being chased. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this belongs to the Vikings.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, like my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
3 down.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
With it is Jackson. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Out come the Titans now. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. He was looking for Matthews that time.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Benny Logan in there on the tackle.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get into the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
You don't want no problem with me. Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
I got two.
Cook following the penalty. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Handoff comes to Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
No, check that. We're going to Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Here we go, G.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Whoosh. He's still on his feet. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now look at him go. The 30, the 20, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. You're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach.
Tavon Austin, he's going to go. He's at the 30, past the 20. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But boy, what a tight one they're in.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
That's it, baby. That's it. Big hit.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Double tight.
Hut!
And they will take a knee here. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And now running right through it. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Anthony Barr
Jack,
in on the tackle. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Eric Kendricks in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
No. Check. Patriot.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be recovered by the offense, but it will be of little importance now as time has expired here in this first half. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.